Hello everybody, this is Chriso, and I am back for Money Talk 2. I thought about doing a second part here, what I last left off on credit cards and loans. And if anyone listened to the first one, I did touch on credit cards and loans. So I've been thinking about it, and I wanted to go a little bit further on that because it's something that it definitely impacts us in a lot of ways, especially how the whole just basically the whole credit card system that we put together. I'm going to inspire, this is what I'm about. I'm about inspiring anybody to basically do or create something different, okay? Credit cards, wow. I'm gonna emphasize on things like how we basically created all this. I know I always talk about that, and anybody that's listened to my clip, you're wondering why I keep saying that we all created this. It's because everybody, each and every one of you are connected to one. You may be separated physically, but in spirit, okay? We are all connected to one. We all actually came from source of all things, okay? So there's really no separation, okay? So that's why I always say that we all created it. And I've taken a responsibility creating the stuff in this world, even though the stuff that we did create is very twisted. But a lot of things that we do create is based on, it's all based on experience. That's all it is. Every idea in life are suggested. We don't have to take on these ideas, but a lot of us think that we have to take on these ideas because we feel like the ideas that we created have some significant power over us. Actuality, it doesn't. So anyway, I'm going to basically talk about, again, I'm going to inspire and then talk about what I envision, how we basically shifted out of the whole credit card and loan deal, okay? This is not going to apply to everybody. Okay, there are some people, I do know that there are some people that have never used a credit card. Believe it or not, I do believe that there are people. Not every country have a credit card, okay? But I'm going to talk mostly about the US and any country that basically follows the whole idea of credit cards and loans, okay? And another thing, I'm not a financial expert, okay, nor do I care to be one, okay? I do inspire, okay? I'm like anybody else. Okay, I am not better than you. I am not anybody that's more educated than you. Again, I'm here to inspire. So I do believe in seeing things outside the box, or I could just put it this way. I do like to create or build something from the ground up. Okay, that's what I'm about. I am also about self-empowerment because I believe each and every one of you are power to create. So I want to go on with this topic. Money Talk 2, okay? When we first get our credit card, right? A lot of us first get our credit card, let's just say maybe at the age of 17 or 18. We're excited, right? Let's say we got a job, you got a little part-time job, and we get a credit card. Let's say you start going to college. And, the credit cards love college students. Yeah. You see, everybody, we put together a system with the credit cards that in order to get things, let's just say to get a car, right? Let's just start off with this. To get a car, right? It's always been suggested that you always need to have a credit card, right? We did put together a credit score system. Okay? Yes, we did. Even though, yes, it is part of a government. And yes, we did create the government, okay? So anyway, the whole deal with the credit card system that we put together, yes, it suggests that yes, in order to get a car, or let's just put it this way, to make your life basically more, I don't know, to become a debt slave, yes, get a credit card. You want to get a car, get a credit card. Unless you have money to pay things from cash, okay? Straight from cash, okay? You want to buy, let's say, a brand new car, right? Let's say if you're a college student, you want to get a new car to go to school, right? Let's just say for an example. A car costs like $30,000, okay? How many, okay, let's just put it this way. The idea of buying a car, okay, again, it's $30,000, okay? You have an option. Either you pay $30,000 up front, or, you know, the whole thing with the credit card, you use part of the credit card to buy maybe take care of a couple of months payments, right? Or you got a payment plan. But it all goes down, it basically goes down with your credit score. Or if anybody that just started, let's say, again, let's say the college student, you have a credit, you just started, this is your first credit card. I learned the whole system, how it works is basically that, yes, you always, I don't know exactly, but let's just say you get your first credit card, right? You use it a few times, right? You make a couple of payments, right? Kind of build your credit. You all know this. You build your credit, right? But if you want to get a car, it's always talked about that it looks good for you if you get a car. Okay, it's good that you always maintain to have a credit card. But why you have to have a credit card in the first place? Why? That's just the system that we created. We created a system that basically suggests that you don't have money. So you basically constantly have to borrow money. So you have, again, to go back with the credit card. You got a credit card, let's say a $10,000 credit line. You're excited, right? The car costs $30,000. Let's just say you want to just go for it. Let's just knock it down. $10,000, right? Just give an example, everybody. Wow, $10,000. So you only have $20,000 to go. But let's just put it this way, everybody. Let's just keep it real now. You put yourself onto a $10,000 debt just to get that nice $30,000, car that's worth $30,000. And then there's other thing that's suggested to get a loan, right? To get a loan, right? But you put yourself into more debt, right? But it's amazing. I mean, just wish that you, and if only if you have $30,000 to pay the car up front. That's it. All you gotta do is pay what? Maintenance fees or whatever the case is, right? You don't have to go through the whole monthly plan, paying your car every month or have a credit card, but let's just go back with a credit card. So you have you're in $10,000 debt plus the interest rate fees, everybody. But let's just put it this way. What if you're not able to make those payments, right? You know how it goes, everybody. If you are, depends on the credit card company, if you're late on your payments, right? If you're not able to make the payments, and let's say you've got, and again, you're in school now, right? Sorry, you're in school, right? You got a part-time job. You're somehow able to squeeze by to make these monthly payments. The credit card companies will talk about to make the minimum payment. But wait a minute. If you make the minimum payment, actuality it's not enough because you're only paying the interest rates. That's it. You're just paying the interest rate. So the minimum payment is not really enough. You gotta pay more than an interest rate. You gotta pay more than a minimum payment, right? But keep in mind you're in college. You're in college, you're working part-time, and you're going to school full-time. Just using these things for examples, everybody. Something happens, you're not able to work part-time. Or let's just say your parents are not able to bail you out, right? You're not able to make these monthly payments. So what happened is, everybody, again, a lot of you gonna know exactly where I'm gonna be going. But let's say you're not able to make these payments, and let's say the interest rates go up, right? The minimum payments will start to go up, right? Time go by, you're still not able to make payments, right? Times are rough, right? So basically, why in the biz is that your credit score starts to be affected after a while. And then Okay, then you got these, let's say, fast forward. You're basically, let's say, your favorite word, delinquent. You're not able to make any payments. You're not. Then you're under collection. Once it goes under collections, right? Then your credit report goes into these 3 lovely credit bureaus that we created, right? Each credit bureau does its own thing. Some information is not always consistent with the other. You all know that. Got to go through headaches, right? Wow. I tell you, everybody, I'm going to do my best to give out the best examples. Okay, try to get everything connect with everything. So yeah, you're in debt. $10,000 plus interest rates, that kind of adds up. Let's just say fast forward. Let's just say, wow, the $10,000 debt turns into like what, $15,000. Let's say you got $5,000. See, that $5,000 is just late fees and all the other stuff, right? It's amazing that how we go through all this stuff because of a system that we put together. You see, everybody, I'm gonna do my best to make things simple. Okay, I don't want to be too technical. Okay. From my first Money Talk clip, I talk about a new money system, okay? I talk about what the greenbacks, the Federal Reserve notes, what it stands for. It's a loan. The Federal Reserve notes are a loan for the government. But you see, also keep in mind, the Federal Reserve notes are a product. It's a product, right? I don't want to go too far off what I'm trying to say about the credit cards, okay? Now, the thing is, everybody, is that the Federal Reserve notes, okay, it's a product, okay? It sets that, remember I told you in my first Money Talk, it sets that bar. There's a limit. You can't reprint money, everybody, you know that. We created a law that you can't counterfeit the Federal Reserve notes, right? So basically, you see, because the paradigm itself, the Federal Reserve notes that we created, it suggests that you cannot counterfeit money. There's a bar. So while you're stuck in debt in the first place, right, because there's a limit to money, right, you're saying to yourself, I need more money. I want to pay off this debt, right? But you need the greenbacks to pay off that debt. But how are you going to do that? I mean, you're looking for a job, right? You're doing your best to get yourself out of debt, right? That you put yourself under in the first place. But, this is the thing, you're in debt. So you have an option. You could either continuously look for a job, right? Or you can find one of these other loans, these little quickie loans that you get. You heard this, everybody. These little quick loans, right? I'm not sure how it goes with the car payment, but let's just say, let's just talk about the car here. You're not able to make payments towards the car. Obviously the dealer is going to take the car back. You can't make the payments every month, right? Probably that will affect your, it depends on the situation. It may affect your credit score. But you're in debt, right? We all go through this, everybody. You're trying to figure out how you get this debt off your back, but you need money. That's the thing. You need money. You want to get certain things, right? But you have to borrow money to get things. You got to borrow. That's the thing. That's the problem with the first place. We created a system. First it goes back to this. We agreed to basically limit ourselves. We put ourselves under a salary cap. Okay, we accepted the idea of basically holding on to the greenbacks, right? The greenbacks saying, no, you cannot counterfeit money. Okay, right? I mean, think about it. Why you cannot counterfeit or reprint money? Because it reprints money all the time. But again, the system that we created, I'm going to emphasize this, I'm going to keep repeating this, everybody, and there's a reason, is basically based on control and fear. It wants to control the pie. That's what it's about. Okay? So basically, you're screwed with a $15,000 debt. So you go either look for a job, right? You look for a job, okay? And the interest rates on a credit card constantly, it continues, everybody. Yeah, you can make arrangement with the collection agency, but the interest rates continue, everybody. So you're in more debt as time goes by. You're in more debt, okay? Then you have an option, right? You have an option to sign up for these quickie loans, right? Or some of these loans that have collateral. You can't put your car under collateral because you lost your car, because you couldn't pay your car, right? You couldn't maintain the payments, right? So you lost that. Or you could put your bank account under collateral, right? Or other things. Or maybe you could put your house under collateral, wherever your situation is. So you have option to put yourself into more debt. That's not a pretty good situation, everybody. A good number of us go through this. A good number of us. And you feel like, wow, you know, what could we do? A lot of us walk around with this mentality that there's nothing we could do. But you see, everybody, I want to emphasize this. You and I, we created this system. You think that this stuff, the credit card system and the Federal Reserve notes, you think that it's something above us? No, it's not. It's not. It's not above us. We sign up for this stuff. Having a credit card is a suggested idea. Us accepting the greenbacks, the Federal Reserve notes, is a suggested idea. That's all it is, everybody. We limit ourselves drastically every time. We do. But you see, the thing is, I realize that we think that we can't go around the system. The system that we put together is not above you. You see, when I tell every one of you on my clips that you are power, that means a lot. It does. Your consciousness. That means a lot. What I'm saying to you is that you could change the whole thing up. You don't have to be in debt. I don't have to be in debt. We don't have to go by what kind of currency we have. Yes, everybody, you are power to change the whole system. A lot of you feel like you want to be law-abiding citizens, right? You don't want to rock the boat. You're afraid. You're afraid to literally take the bull by the horn and literally change the bull into what? You could change the bull into I don't know. You change a bull to a dog, or into a cat. It's a saying, everybody. I'm using this figure of speech about taking bull by the horn. I believe in that we could take the bull by the horn and basically do whatever we want with it. I'm going to emphasize this a lot, everybody. I'm only inspiring people. I'm inspiring each and every one of you. There is nothing above you. There's nothing to dictate you. I want to just say this to everybody, that you're doing this to yourself. I'm doing this to myself. I'm doing this to myself. That basically I allow something that I created, okay, to dictate me. But do I have to? No, I don't have to allow a system that I put together to control me. Because actuality is nothing above me. The same goes for you. There's a lot of examples, all right? There's a lot of examples of what we go through with these credit cards companies, okay? This credit score system. The credit score systems that we put together dictates whether you're qualified to get a card, depends on your number, depends where you at now, okay? If you're at a lower number, if you're below 700, you gotta pay. Either you're qualified to get the card, or you have to put more money down payment based on your credit score system. Or if you want, let's say for those that do have credit cards, right? And you figure a way out to get, let's say, to increase your credit score line. You want to bump up your credit score. You want to bump up your credit line, right? You got to be in debt. You got to be in debt. It's kind of weird, and I'm hoping I'm explaining this right. You got to be in debt to put yourself into more debt. So if you want to borrow more money from these credit cards, these credit card companies, there's ways to go about it. There is. But you see, the funny thing is, everybody, you see, each and every one of you are intelligent. You're all intelligent. But it's so funny, I want to say this, is that you think that this is the only way to be, is to have these credit cards. And it's like, you think that the only way to get things, or to line yourself with something, is that you got to put yourself into debt. Or you got to basically live in a poor man's life. Or you got to hustle your way to get whatever you need. I'm like, you know, everybody, you're doing this to yourself. You are. So we allow a credit score system to basically dictate us, okay? To dictate you whether you should get a car, whether you should get a house, right? Oh, wow, a lot of things we put ourselves under. A lot of stuff. And I'm like, for what? I mean, I know a lot of you saying that, well, you know, if you maintain your credit score, your credit card payments by being responsible. Yes, okay, I hear that. But I'm a big fan of managing money. I am. But I'm going to put it this way. The fact that you sign up for a credit card, everybody, and a loan, you're putting it out there that you don't have no money at all. You're all happy about having a $10,000 credit line. Do you know what you're doing? You know what you're saying? You're saying to yourself that you're always going to be poor. You're always going to be poor. And you know what? You're also putting it out there that you're going to get by just enough. You're going to get by just enough to get by. That's what you put yourself under, everybody. I did. You think you're happy about having a certain credit card line? I'm like, wow, and that's all you. And then let's say you're in debt. You got let's say $30,000 in credit card debt or whatever. We got service out there that we put together. We got these credit card counselors, which is, to me, these credit card counselors are a joke. But let's just say another idea that we put together, okay? These are services that suggest to, if you want to get yourself out of credit card debt to, let's just say, start a clean slate, it suggests, we have a service out there that it suggests to, you know, put yourself under bankruptcy. So wow, you got to put yourself into bankruptcy to give yourself a clean slate. You got these lawyers making a nice, terrific amount of money, right? A one-time payment system that we all put together, right? You know, it's amazing. Everything connects, everybody. So we got lawyers that will offer you to go into the system and say, yes, we clear you up. You got all the stuff in your, let's say, your credit card report. Clear that up. Yeah, you go to the judge, right? Clear that up. Boom. Wow. And then let's just say you clear your bankruptcy, everybody. What's the other option? Oh, I'm going to sign up for another credit card because I'm on a clear now. So you're going to start all over again to sign up for a credit card. Wow. That's amazing. Is that the best the best you could do? To sign up for another credit card? And you're saying to yourself, well, how am I supposed to get money? Well, like I said on my first money talk, we limit ourselves. We agree to a product, the Federal Reserve notes. It suggests that you cannot reprint money. It suggests that it also put it out there that, like I told you in my first money talk, it sets that bar. It will tell you how much you should have and all that, etc. That's it, everybody. There's a limit. The Federal Reserve notes, there's a limit to the Federal Reserve notes, everybody. Just like I was telling you again, to go back on the first money talk. You know, the Federal Reserve notes is a loan. It's a loan for life for the U.S. government. So the government is in debt for life. After World War One, okay, I'm not going to give out history lessons, everybody. Just giving out a point. After World War One, basically the Federal Reserve notes bailed the U.S. government out. So basically, the Federal Reserve notes is a loan. So that's why we have all these services out there and taxes and all those things just to pay back the reserves, the Federal Reserve. But again, you know, we all know for those that basically understand this, we know that the paradigm itself basically got the government by the, by the balls. But that's the thing, everybody. That's what the idea of debt does. You're in debt. I mean, what does that do for you? What does it do for the spirit? What it does for you? Nothing. You're just a debt slave, everybody. Just like the government, the U.S. government, the country is founded on debt. Not founded, but the country, the United States is nothing but it's just a one major debt slave. The government always borrows money. That's what it does, everybody. It's a lock paradigm, but we put it together. We all did. And you think that's just the way it is. You think that this is the only way to be. And I'm trying to say to everybody in my first money talk, there's a solution for that. It's about changing the money system, about creating another money system. Start a real clean slate. Having a money, basically creating a new money system that's just a tool. Okay? The money is just a tool. The new money, the universal, non-localized money is just a tool. Okay? You're looking at money that, okay, it's an exchange. Okay? That's all it is. There's no limit to it. It's just there circulating. Okay? It's just there circulating. And it's not about who has more money than who. It's just a money that is a new money system that's just circulating. Now, I know a lot of you hearing this, that it doesn't make no sense. But you know what? I don't care if it doesn't make sense. I'm fearless to express this to everybody. I'm only here to inspire, okay? I'm not afraid to step outside this whole matrix system that we put together and think about creating something different. I'm not afraid. Sometimes, everybody, in order to create something to get yourself out of something that's not serving you, sometimes it does take to do something that doesn't make no sense to the mind. Yeah. That's all it does. You got to create something that doesn't make sense to the mind. If you're looking for things that make sense, everybody, you're gonna find yourself in the same situation for a very long time. So yeah, having a credit cards, everybody, and having these loans is not going to basically align you with wealth. It's not. You know, a lot of us are like the working class. You're the working class. You're in debt. The credit card companies are happy. They love you. You're just a debt slave. And also, again, you know, it's basically built. The government also built it up. Also, again, we all created this now. Okay? That yes, in order to get things in life, you got to be in the system. That's what it's built for, everybody. Like I said, if we implement the new money system, okay, and we don't have to take on a credit card, okay, I do envision the credit card companies going out of business, okay? It is not good for the spirit, or let's just say for the soul, to be in debt, okay? It's not. You deserve better. You deserve so much. I don't know you. I don't know you physically, okay? But all I know, I can say this. We are all as one. We deserve so much. You know why I'm saying this? It's because you're prosperity. You are prosperity, everybody. Yes, without the currency. But my purpose of my clip is for those that do like currency. I do like money. I do. But I don't let money define me. It doesn't. I just like currency. I look at the idea of currency and I like to change it up. I'm not a type of being that stays with the same old or a problem and say to myself, oh no, there's nothing I could do. No, I believe in changing the things from the ground up. That's all I'm about. Changing things, creating something different. That's what I'm about. I am about self-empowerment. That's it. Because each and every one of you are power. You know, this also takes that everybody work well together. You see, I want to express this too, and this might go off a little bit off topic, okay? Put your political parties aside and work well with everybody. Let's just cut the nonsense, because by you being divided because of your political parties, you're not doing anything good for yourselves. You're not. You're divided. The system that we put together is going to constantly run. It's like a well-oiled machine. It's going to keep going, everybody. It's going to keep going and going and going and going, right? It's going to keep going. It's going. That's it. But it's your choice. You know, it's up to us. It's up to us to make society, our lives, and everything around different. It's up to us. The power is in your hands, everybody. This takes everybody working well together. And that means passing information on. That means inspiring everybody about shifting out of the whole system. The system is not above you. We created it. You see, the thing is, through upbringing, we think that things are set. We rely on our own ego to micromanage us. You think that things is just set and it's unchangeable. You think that the Federal Reserve notes is untouchable. You think that the credit card companies are untouchable, right? You see, everybody, you're falling under the illusion that you can't do nothing. And I'm trying to say to everybody, I'm saying this to everybody. You are power to change it. You put it together and you can create something different. And that's the truth. That is the truth. Now you can take my words or leave it. Okay? That's the truth, everybody. You know, let's say, I want to talk about the loans, right? Let's say you want to get a house. You want to get a house, but you got to pay. You got to sign up for a mortgage. So let's just say you have to pay up this mortgage payment for 30 years. Do you want to be in debt for 30 years? A lot of you been through this. I'm like, wow. I always say to myself, you know, it'll be nice that everybody could just pay for things straight, like up front. Like you have the money, right? You have the money to buy the house, right? But you just want to pay it up front. You don't want to have any loans. You don't want to sign up for a credit card company. You just want to pay the thing up front. That's it. That's it. But it's like we fall into this illusion that, oh well, you know, I got to go through this because yes, I don't have enough money. Again, it's going back to we sign up, we agree to the service, this product, the Federal Reserve note, to say that it suggests that you don't have enough money, and I will give you this much money. Again, everybody, the Federal Reserve note sets that bar. It sets that bar how much you will have. That's it. That's it. And at the same time, you're a debt slave. So you're a debt slave. The government that you created is a debt slave of itself. And that's it. You know, for those that seen the national debt on New York City, I think it's right on West 34th Street. I remember, I don't know how long ago, I think it was like maybe 5-10 years ago, I don't know. I remember that it needed to add zeros because the country is going and more into debt. I'm like, wow, that's just amazing. Like, what could you do? That's the thought I had of myself a long time ago. I was like, wow, let's just keep going and going. And you think every one of you think that's just the way it is. Oh well, what are we gonna do? You come up with this ridiculous idea about how the United States is gonna go into a third world country. I used to read posting on the internet, people talk about how the United States is gonna go to the third world country. You're not even being creative. You decide for a moment that I'm not gonna be creative. You just go for the worst case scenario. You think that you have no power. It's funny. A lot of us think that we have no power. You think that we're just going to a slippery slope while you create the whole system in the first place. It's funny how humanity is. We create stuff, we don't own it, we don't take the responsibility that we did create it, right? And then you don't come to a point that, yes, I am power, and yes, I can create something different. I'm going to tell you the truth, everybody. You love the drama. It's the excitement. I guess it gives a lot of us this rush. You think that there's some, and then there's another thing too. You're falling under this illusion. You think that there's some secret figure in this world that owns the world's money? Or you all talk about the Illuminatis and all that stuff, or the secret club. You all created this stuff. You like this drama. You all love it. You think that there's something outside of you is holding all the keys? Do you realize, everybody, you're falling under the illusion? And for those that's listeners, you're laughing, you think that what is this person talking about? You know exactly what I'm talking about. Why don't you just, look, I just want to say this. Step outside your head and honestly look at all this. I mean, really, you got to really step out of your ego, okay? You got to really shift yourself into a different state spiritually. Okay? That, yes, you did create all this. And yes, it does say a lot. You are able to create something different. And everybody, I'm going to say this. It does take all of us to work together. And I'm going to put it out there too. There is no hero. There's nobody to come there to save the day. There's no savior that you're looking for to come there to put you under a safety blanket. You're it. We're all it. And what I mean by is that we're consciousness. We're one, regardless if you want to agree with me or not. All of us, we are as one. So there's no hero. You're waiting for somebody outside of you to save you. No. You're it, everybody. So I'm sorry, actually, no, I'm not sorry. But I have to burst your bubbles. No, there's no hero. So you got to leave the movies on the side, everybody. This is not the movies. If you want to create a movie, great. But all I'm saying is this. It takes all of us to create something. Because we're all as one. We all came from source of all things in life. I do see things outside of all this. I'm able to see past the structure that we put together. I do. And you know what? I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. I'm excited. And that is why I created this clip. That's why I create a lot of my clips. I'm able to see past this structure. That's the truth, everybody. I want to also mention this, too, about the loans. I did cover the mortgage payments. Okay, I did cover the mortgage payments, the school. You know, a lot of us, we don't have the money to pay for your lovely college that you want to go to, right? And let's just say, qualify for financial aid from the government because, to get the financial aid from the government, you got to go through the hoops. Keep in mind, everybody, the government's always strapped for cash. You know that, everybody. I just said that. The government's always borrowing money. So yeah, if you want to get a grant, okay, everybody, you want to get the grant or a financial aid to go to school, yeah, you got to go through the hoops. You got to, you know what? I'm going to put it this way nicely. To get the financial aid or to get the perks of the so-called government handouts, you got to literally be at the bottom, okay? I'm going to tell you the hard truth, everybody. You got to be at the bottom. You got to be at a point that you're basically licking the crumbs off the floor. I'm just being straight up, everybody. You literally got to basically be at the bottom to get something from the government. Yep. But this is what we created. Yeah, this is what we created. I mean, this. I hope this doesn't shock you, everybody. This is exactly what we created. But you see, again, in your head, you're saying that Well, gee, what can we do? How can we change things up? I told you on my first money talk, and I'm going to say this too in this clip. Create a new money system that's not regulated by governments and is not regulated by banks. You got to create, I do envision us creating a new money system that's basically regulated by every one of us. I know this doesn't make sense, especially to the financial gurus, okay? It doesn't make no sense. I don't care. Like I said, sometimes to change things up, you got to do things that don't make no sense. Again, if you think that by going by the old, the system that we put together, you think it's going to comfort you, okay. If you want to believe the story that there's a secret club or let's say Illuminati or this secret known figure that basically owns the world's money, whatever, you want to go with that story, okay. Have fun, everybody. I know, a lot of us love drama. It's fun. It's exciting. But I'm only inspiring everybody to tell you that, you created it. And I'm going to inspire you. I'm going to inspire each and every one of you to own it. To own the power that's in you, that you created this. And that, yes, you are able to create something meaningful, okay? You are prosperity, everybody. Whether you're going to sit there and agree with me or not. Whether you're going to sit there and believe what you was taught in your upbringing, that you're nothing, you're a loser, you're somebody that you have to hustle, you got to work hard in life, okay, it's up to you, everybody. But I'm going to say this, your prosperity, your consciousness, you deserve the best things in life, okay? I don't know you physically, okay? A lot of you that's listening to this, you're following me on Twitter. Thank you for following me. But I'm going to say this to each and every one of you. You deserve the best things in life. I do envision all of us collectively working together, creating something different. Now, about the ones that wants to be, let's just say, those that are afraid to rock the boat, you want to be the law-abiding citizens, I'm going to put it this way, everybody. You see, this idea of a lawmaker, we created that. We created the idea of a lawmaker. And I do envision us creating something different, putting the idea of a lawmaker out of business. Okay? Okay? The lawmakers have no significant power over you and I. That's the truth, everybody. I care less about rocking a boat. I created the boat. I can rock the boat all I want. So I'm all about basically creating something different from the ground up. That's it. I'm not going to coddle everybody, nor am I going to feel sorry for each and every one of you. I don't feel sorry for you. Because you know why I don't feel sorry for you? It's because your consciousness. You are a source of all things in life. And I'm only going to keep saying, you deserve the best things. That's it. I'm excited to create this clip, the second part, okay? Okay, so if you're wondering, well, what's the plan of creating something different? I've been saying it all along. It's about basically how you feel about yourself. It's about us working together as one, creating something different, okay? Having a credit card and having a Federal Reserve notes, for example, those are suggested ideas like anything in life. It's like you go into the store and you say to yourself, okay, do I have to wear blue jeans? No, I don't have to wear blue jeans. I could wear a khakis if I want to, okay? Or do I want to wear a dress? No, I don't have to wear a dress. I'll just wear something different, okay? Everything in life, everybody, are suggested ideas. You do not have to take these. Now, again, for those that want to be law-abiding citizens, keep in mind, everybody, you create these laws, we create something different, okay? Okay? I do envision us removing these lawmakers and removing all this government structure, this poor man's mentality, us shifting into something better. We do not deserve to be in debt, all right, everybody? Your prosperity. And I want to say this, not by just saying that your prosperity, but living it. Okay? Living it moment by moment. Okay? This takes every one of us to make things better. There is no hero that come from the sky or walk or have his riding on a horse from the sunset. No. We are it. It's up to you, everybody. What paradigm you want to shift into? So I believe a lot of us that's listening to this are inspired. And, I know I'm sorry I didn't finish with the student loan. Yes. To get the financial aid, you got to go through the hoops. So yes, it's very difficult to get the financial aid for a lot of us. Now, it's not going to apply to everybody. You got to be at the bottom to get that financial aid, because I've been there. I'm saying this. I've been there. You got to be at the bottom. So what is the choice? What is the most easiest way to pay off your school, right? Or have that taken care of in order for you to go to school? Sign up for a student loan, right? It's easy to get student loan. Oh yeah, it's really easy. Now, if you, let's just say you graduated. Let's say you graduated, right? Let's say you graduated, and let's just say, for example, you graduated and you don't get that American dream job. What happens if you don't pay up the student loan or do something about it? It's going to garnish your wages. So we created government, and we created this deal about the student loan to garnish your wages. They have no power over you, everybody. You signed up for it. You created it. Same thing like me. So that's it, everybody. These are the choices that we have to make. Okay? Anyway, I do believe everything I shared to you inspired you. Okay? And I'm inspired. I'm so grateful that I shared this. So this does take everybody collectively to work together as one. I do inspire you to drop your political parties. You're all divided with these political parties. So this does take each and every one of us to make a difference between your life and everything around this world. So I know a lot of stuff that I'm sharing is, it's an example for United States, but a lot of countries that do fall under the credit card system, I do believe that what you listen to my clip are inspired, okay? And it's been a pleasure sharing what I have to say. Okay, everybody, until then, I will be back with another interesting topic. Take care.